There was a moment in 2013 where I seriously thought I was watching the greatest basketball player of all time. He was a 6'9", 260-pound behemoth who could shoot, slash, playmake, and guard 1 through 5 at an all-time level. And his athleticism, I mean,
throws it down.
This dude was a monster. He'd go on to win the MVP near unanimously, then drop 37 points and 12 rebounds in Game 7 of the finals to win back-to-back championships and finals MVPs. It's without question one of the greatest individual seasons in history by quite possibly the most complete basketball player ever. And by this point, I hope you know who I'm talking about. This is 2013 LeBron.
Whoa!
LeBron's godlike dominance in 2013 didn't exactly come out of nowhere. It was a culmination of controversy, failure, and redemption. LeBron's decision to sign with Miami in 2010 unleashed a wave of hatred unlike anything we'd seen before. Everyone wanted to see the Heat fail, and they got their wish. With the world watching, James imploded in the 2011 finals. What was supposed to be the King's crowning moment instead became the defining failure of his career, and how he responded to this would tell us everything we need to know about him. Fully embracing the role of the villain in 2012, Bron went dark, capturing his 3rd MVP, and through rounds 1 and 2 of the playoffs, Miami seemed destined to win the championship. And then...
And the Boston Celtics win Game 5 and take a 3-2 lead. A huge win on the road as Miami now 1 loss away from elimination.
Down 3-2 to the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Suddenly, LeBron's back was against the wall again. The hopes of a championship, the future of the Big Three, his legacy were all at stake in this Game 6. This is the moment, LeBron. What are you made of? In a legacy-defining game in Boston, the King eviscerated the Celtics with 45-15-5 to force a Game 7, one that saw him pour in 31 points to book a ticket back to the NBA Finals. And this time, he wasn't leaving empty-handed. LeBron would average 28, 10, and 7 to beat the Thunder in 5, finally capturing the ever-elusive Larry O'Brien Trophy. It's about damn time. 2012 was more than just LeBron's first ring. It was relief. The pressure that had followed him from Cleveland to Miami, the backlash from the decision, and the scars from the 2011 finals all melted away in this moment. He was free. LeBron was entering the 2013 season as a champion for the first time. The need to prove himself was gone. He was just flowing. And there's one game that perfectly encapsulates the type of player he had become. March 18th, 2013, Game 66 of the season in Boston on national TV. But it was just another night for the King. His improved post play was on full display. He was slashing through the defense like a hot knife through butter. His size and athleticism allowed him to wreak havoc on the defensive end. In the IQ, I mean, he'd see plays develop before they even happened. This was mastery of the sport. And have I mentioned his athleticism?
Jason Terry, good defense. Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers.
This might be the most disrespectful dunk of LeBron's career. Catching the lob 2 feet above the rim before putting Jason Terry in a body bag as he stares at his victim, essentially confirming his kill with an emotionless expression on his face. It was scary. Fast forward to the end of the game, tied at 103 with 15 seconds left, Bron goes to his jump shot that's become such a weapon for him this season and bottoms the game winner, hitting the crowd with his silencer. 37 points, 7 boards, 12 dimes, 2 steals, and 2 blocks in a 23rd consecutive win for the Heat. Yeah, they go on to win 27 straight, stamping it as, at the time, the second longest winning streak in NBA history. The Heat were thriving behind a player who was at his absolute apex in every facet of the game all season long, as he captures his 4th MVP, coming just 1 vote shy of winning the award unanimously, while also finishing 2nd behind Marc Gasol in Defensive Player of the Year voting. LeBron was 1st team all-defense, Marc Gasol was 2nd team all-defense. Regardless, it was clear, LeBron James is the best player in the world by a mile, entering the postseason as quite possibly the most dangerous player ever. I honestly feel bad for Milwaukee, being first in line to face James and the defending champs. But I'll tell you what, they didn't lack confidence. Prior to Game 1, Brandon Jennings made a crazy claim to the media, stating that they will beat the Heat in 6. The MVP took that to heart, putting on his own personal dunk contest as he dropped 27, 10, and 8 on 82% shooting to take Game 1. A couple nights later, the champs cruise to a 12-point win as they're off to Milwaukee with a chance to go up 3-0. A chance that they made sure to capitalize on. So much for Bucks in 6. Aiming to close out the series in Game 4, the King was utterly dominant. 30 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. The Heat take care of business with a clean sweep as they're off to round 2. In order to make it to a 3rd straight Eastern Conference Finals, LeBron and the Heat would have to get past the 5th seed Chicago Bulls, who were without their franchise star Derrick Rose due to injury. But don't get it twisted, these boys wanted all the smoke. After watching LeBron receive his MVP trophy in front of his home crowd prior to Game 1, Chicago came out swinging as Nate Robinson and Jimmy Butler combined for 48 points in a massive Game 1 upset. Miami took that loss personally, decimating the Bulls by 37 to tie the series, to which Chicago answered with physicality. In Game 3, LeBron is picking up speed in the open court when Nazir Muhammad bear hugs him to stop the break. James yanks him off, to which Muhammad responds with a 2-handed shove right to his chest. The altercation earned Muhammad an ejection, but more importantly, it woke up the wrong guy. Tied at 70, entering the 4th, LeBron was unleashed.
5 to shoot. James drives down the lane, running shot, count it, and 1. LeBron James with a chance for a 3-point play. Oh, way back door. And a nice bounce. James pulls up for 3. That's good. LeBron James.
He's unguardable. There's no other way around it. The playmaking, shooting, and tank-like finishing ability. I mean, there isn't a single weakness in his game. The man would drop 12 points in that 4th quarter, and Miami is up 2-1. The King would carry that momentum into Game 4, putting the whole bag on display with 27, 7, and 8 en route to a 23-point thrashing. Back in South Beach, the Heat would close out the Bulls with a gentleman's sweep, and just like that, they find themselves back in the Eastern Conference Finals, where they'll be meeting a Pacers team ready for war. After beating Indiana in round 2 last season, the Heat had unknowingly lit a fire under the Pacers, who've had their eyes set on a rematch for the last 12 months. And with the emergence of Paul George, Indy believes they have someone capable of going toe-to-toe with LeBron. And in Game 1, he did. Jump to the end of the fourth. Miami leads by 3, just 10 seconds away from drawing first blood. Until...
George fires for the tie. He got it! George with the three-pointer to tie the game.
PG launches a wild, off-balance 3 over the MVP and drills it to send the game to OT. In the extra frame, a LeBron layup has Miami up 2 in the final seconds. George gets the ball off the scramble and gets hacked on his 3-point attempt. Cold-blooded, he goes 3 for 3 at the line. Miami calls timeout as they face a 1-point deficit with just 2 seconds remaining.
Battier gets it in. Here's James on the drive for the win. Got it off on time. LeBron James taking to the rim, and Miami coming away with a 1-point overtime victory.
Revenge is a dish best served with the left hand, as Bron blows past PG for the game-winning layup at the buzzer, capping off a clean 30-point triple-double in the win. In Game 2, the Stars gave us another show, especially in this sequence at the end of the third quarter, which saw George levitate and punch Birdman into the rim, to which LeBron hits him right back with a logo 3 to the dome. It's nothing but respect between these two stars. Unfortunately, it was PG who got the final laugh, as Indiana ties the series at 1. In response, Miami clapped right back with an 18-point beatdown to regain the series lead. And just when it seemed like they'd figured them out, the Pacers countered in Game 4, knotting things up at 2 games apiece. Which leads us to a potential series-defining Game 5 at home, where you knew the MVP was going to answer the call. Down 4 entering the third quarter, LeBron entered flow state with his jumper, hitting nothing but the bottom on an array of middies, before leaving the arena to hit the ATM, cashing out a couple 3 balls that were straight money. You can tell, the man's got electricity racing through his veins. 16 points, 4 boards, and 4 dimes in the quarter, giving the Heat a 13-point lead. This is what the MVP does. Miami never looked back as they take a 3-2 series lead. However, Indy just wouldn't die, responding at home to push this series to a winner-take-all Game 7. Finding himself in yet another pressure-packed situation as he was in last year's Eastern Finals, LeBron had all the confidence in the world with his season on the line. I mean, this is the king we're talking about.
James for Wade, kicks it out, travels past number 3 on the drive. Follows for hard by James. Wade backs his way. Nice pass for James. Beautifully done. James off the dribble over George. Yes. James for 3. Young. Here's Cole for the alley-oop. LeBron James. Look how high LeBron James is on this play. Almost hitting his head on the rim. My goodness.
With his dream season and back-to-back titles on the line, LeBron once again proved that he thrives under the brightest lights, pouring in 32 points, 8 boards, and 4 dimes, shoving George and the Pacers off the court in a 23-point win. There is simply no one on his level. James and the Heat are headed back to the NBA Finals, looking to put the finishing touches on a historic season. And they'll have to do so against a dynasty.
Great job, buddy. Hey, man, I love how you're with your teammates, man. Stay that way, man. Stay that way. You're going to drive these guys. This is going to be your league in a little while. But I appreciate you giving us this year.
Just as Tim Duncan predicted in 2007, the league does indeed belong to the king, who has a chance to win back-to-back titles against the same team that beat him in the finals 6 years ago. That is the dynastic San Antonio Spurs, who are searching for their 5th title in 14 years. This is as good as it gets. Game 1 for the Heat, however, was not as good as it gets. Down 2 in the final seconds, LeBron is playing picture-perfect defense on Tony Parker, who falls to a knee, spins, then banks in a flat-out ridiculous dagger to steal Game 1 in Miami. It was a heartbreaking loss, which led to the Heat playing like their lives were on the line in Game 2, winning by 19 to tie the series at 1, headed on to the road, which is where the Heat would suffer a massacre as the Spurs took their soul in a 36-point beatdown. An utterly embarrassing loss for a team trying to go back-to-back, and for the leader of such a team, who's been anything but himself. Through 3 games, LeBron has yet to have a single game where he scores more than 20 points or shoots above 50% from the field, averaging 16, 12, and 7 on an atrocious 39% from the field and 23% from 3. Is this 2011 all over again? Because right now, LeBron is watching the greatest season of his career slip through his fingers. One more bad night, and it would be all but over. So, facing a possible 3-1 series deficit, LeBron entered Game 4 with a sense of urgency, finding a rhythm that wouldn't leave him for the rest of the game. The MVP would finish the night with a monster 33-11 on 60% shooting, while D-Wade poured in 32 points and 6 steals on top of Bosh tagging on 20 and 13. Miami's big 3 showed out with their backs against the wall, and this series is now a best of 3. Still in San Antonio for Game 5, Miami got hit with first-degree burns as the Spurs caught fire in front of their home crowd, taking a 13-point lead in the first quarter, and just like that, it was wraps. The Heat fall by 11 and are just 1 loss away from elimination. Once again, all eyes were on the king. Since LeBron's joined the Heat, it's become a yearly tradition to see him with his back against the wall, with everything on the line. Game 6 in Boston, the 2012 finals, Game 7 against Indiana. It's become a type of situation that LeBron's learned to thrive in. And with his MVP and back-to-back titles hanging in the balance in this Game 6, there's no reason to doubt him now. Except through 3 quarters, it wasn't looking that way. 14 points on 3 of 12 shooting, with his squad down 10 entering the 4th. But like I said, don't doubt him now.
6 to shoot. Chalmers finds James on the flush. As the Heat isn't their final period of the season. James to the basket and the finish to Chalmers. Chalmers in the paint, off balance, wild shot thrown down by LeBron James. Good coverage. James backs in, left-handed. Back out Green. Green off the dribble, drives inside to Duncan. Blocked by James. What a rejection.
What a defensive play by LeBron James.
James on the drive, leans in, banks it in, tie game.
A LeBron avalanche that resulted in 13 points in 6 minutes gave the Heat a 3-point lead with 5 minutes remaining. With absolutely everything at stake, the king is seizing the moment. Then suddenly in a split second, it all turned. In a span of just 3 minutes, LeBron commits an offensive foul, turns it over in the post, and then inexplicably throws the ball away to no one as the Heat suddenly find themselves down 5 with just 28 seconds remaining. After bringing his squad back from the brink of death, James just dug them down into an even deeper hole, falling short again when it mattered most. As Ginobili shot what appeared to be the season-ending free throws, Heat fans headed for the exits, while arena personnel began putting ropes around the court in preparation for San Antonio's celebration. By all accounts, it was over, until the impossible happened.
Three-point shooter. James catches, fires a three, way off. Rebound tipped, still loose, picked up by Miller. Back out to James, another three. It's good! James knocks it down. 2-point game with 20 seconds remaining. Kawhi Leonard, 82% from the line. A lot of pressure on a 21-year-old. Clutch one there from Leonard. Should the Spurs foul? Should Miami go for the three right away?
Just attack the basket.
James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His free. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining. Spurs do not have a timeout.
It's a play you've likely seen hundreds of times, and yet it never gets old. Bosch soaring over everyone for the offensive rebound, kicking it to Allen in the corner, who laces the clutchest shot in league history to send the game to OT. Get those ropes off the court. In the extra frame, Bosch would come through once again, blocking Danny Green in the corner at the buzzer to seal the Heat win. From a 32-point triple-double from LeBron to Bosch's timely heroics, and of course Allen's three that was heard around the world, Miami has risen from the dead to force a Game 7.
So much excitement around tonight, so not much sleep. You know, a lot of thoughts going through the mind. So I'm here for to win championships and got a great opportunity tonight.
I think the stakes are higher for LeBron. He loses. Now you're talking about 1-3 in the finals, and you're talking about the uncertainty of where the Heat go from here.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It's only fitting that these two teams, the two very best in the NBA, after battling for 6 games, have it come down to one final game to decide who will be the NBA champion.
It all came down to this. One game standing between the Heat and back-to-back championships. One game between LeBron and the crowning achievement of his career. However, after the emotional roller coaster that was Game 6, LeBron got off to a shaky start in Game 7, scoring just 4 points on 1 of 4 shooting in the first quarter. But he quickly shook it off. Midway through the second, Bron drives full speed into the paint, bodies 2 Spurs, and throws up a circus shot that catches the front of the rim and drops through for the and 1. The very next possession, he bangs a 3, and you could tell he's dialed. Confirmed by another tray in the corner just a couple minutes later. 11 points in the second, and he stayed scorching in the third, banging 3 more threes. The jumper that's made LeBron so lethal all season long is coming through in the biggest moment. He is unstoppable. By the fourth quarter, that jumper was stuck on automatic, nailing anything from anywhere, with this one over Tim Duncan to get him to 33 points on the night and give his Heat a 6-point lead. LeBron can taste it. Back-to-back championships, back-to-back finals MVPs, immortality, and one of the most dominant individual seasons of all time. All that remained was his signature moment. A Spurs surge had the Heat clinging to a 2-point lead with 40 seconds remaining as the ball found its way into LeBron's hands.
14 to shoot for Miami. James pulls up. puts it in. 4-point lead. 35 for LeBron James. The Spurs will not foul. Final seconds. What a finish. It's back-to-back titles for the Heat. The 2013 NBA championship resides once again in Miami.
The 2013 Bill Russell NBA Finals Most Valuable Player is, for the second straight finals, LeBron James.
Listen, for me, I can't worry about what everybody say about me. I'm LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, from the inner city. I'm not even supposed to be here. That's enough. Every night I walk into the locker room, I see a number 6 with James on the back. I'm blessed. So what everybody say about me off the court don't matter. I ain't got no worries.